Hello, my little Scorpios. How you going? This is your mid-month reading. Now, what I'm doing is a general reading at the beginning of the month, and in the middle of the month, I'm going to do a shadow reading. For those of you who don't know, shadow work is where we face our ugly bits, the bits we don't like looking at. And it's not that they're ugly, it's that we think they're ugly. You know, when you look in the mirror and you go, ooh, no, I don't want to look at that. And so you turn away and you pretend you haven't seen it. Or you try and cover it up with something in the hope that it'll go away. It doesn't work. It just makes it fester. And whatever it is, usually there's more than one. Anywho, one thing at a time. Whatever it is, we have to look at in order to move forward and to create a healthier life for ourselves. Otherwise, we keep going around in circles and wondering why the same thing happens again and again. Now, nobody said this shit is fun. However, the payoff is huge. So, let's have a look at what you need to work on this month. And if you do it in little bites, it's much easier. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. Something to do with your foundation, could be your family, and things that sometimes it could be your marriage. So things that you consider part of your foundational happiness. So I'm going to lay these out and then we'll go through them. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. There you are. Death. There you really are. That's the Scorpio card, the Death card. Page of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Three of Wands. The Sun. Nice. Knight of Cups. Lots of Cups energy. The Chariot. The Seeker, which is the Fool. Very nice. Three of Swords. And Two of Wands. So, the foundation that has created this whole situation is the Page of Cups. Now, we've got lots of pages and lots of cups going on. So, we'll have a look at that too. The Page of Cups is, I like to consider it a youthful offer of love or a message of love, like teenagers writing a note to each other. Will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my boyfriend? That kind of timid offer. So recently you've got the Three of Wands, so that's kind of waiting. It's a waiting energy for what you want to come to you. You've kind of put a wish out there, or hoped for something, or thought about something that you really like, and this is waiting for it to come to you. That could be what we're looking at in your shadow reading. But I'll keep going because there's always something in this reading that we really need to focus on. So that could be it. The current energy going on is the Queen of Cups. Now this is, nurturing, loving, compassionate, thoughtful, considerate, empathetic, and that could be how you're feeling at the moment. However, it could be what you feel like you've lost, because your current energy is the Death card. So I think you're feeling like you might have had this, you were waiting for it to come in the past, and because you've had this but you've lost it, and you've still been waiting. And so you see now that it hasn't come back, and it's actually over. Maybe you waited too long. Now remember that the energies can flip and flop. So this could be you waiting too long, or it could be your partner has waited too long. However, because this is a shadow reading, we need to look at your shadow, not other people's shadow. Bear that in mind. The block is the Page of Pentacles, which is another page and a very beginning stage of ways of doing things, ways of seeing things, ways of learning new things. And the block is you may have thought that being responsible and secure and reliable on a day-to-day basis may have been boring, and you'd rather go out trick-or-treating to get it. You know, gambling or taking a punt or just having fun rather than being boring and, you know, getting a bank balance and doing a budget, all the things that you start to do before you get stability. So that's the block, is to overcome the feeling that it's boring and that, you know, you'd rather be doing something more fun. The current situation is the Sun. So you're in a happy place, but I think this is part of the denial. I think this is part of the wanting it to be just fun, you know, tricks and treats and just fun. And you're denying what's going on and what you need to do if you want to break this cycle. You're focused on being happy from the outside in, and you're not focused on what will create long-term happiness and comfort and a real sense of ease. You know, this is very sporadic, that seeking happiness from the outside is sporadic because it cannot be maintained. So you get these highs and these lows, but if you actually deal with what's causing the need to ignore by seeking a high, then you get this much more. It's not boring, it's not flat, it's just, you know, a more easy flow. So you don't get as high, but you do get enjoyment and joy and pleasure, but you don't get the real lows. You get the, instead of the devastation, you get the disappointment. Instead of the obstacle, you get the challenge. It's that kind of dynamic. Coming up, you might realize that instead of waiting for this to come and it not coming, you might have to be the one to actually offer it. Now, the Knight of Cups is one that it doesn't rush in. It moves steadily, and it offers something of yourself, from yourself. It's not an offer of money. It's not an offer of words and, you know, ideas. It's not the rushing in offer of passion and all of that. This is the offer of self. And it's genuine and it's heartfelt and it's earnest in this situation. It's a real, this is who I am. Take me as I am, but I am offering what I have to give of myself. That's what's coming up. And that's a good start. That's getting your foundations in place and then realizing what's really important and offering that authentically. No mask, no facade, just being okay with taking a risk in offering your authentic self. That's the trick. What you're not seeing, you're not aware of, is that you are actually moving forward. You do have the possibility to move forward, and you are the one who chooses whether to do that or not. You can keep your horses standing still, or you can move them forward, and how you move them forward is up to you. The speed you move them forward is up to you, but you hold the reins. Nobody else, you hold the reins, and you decide. The big opportunity for you, the big, bonus is the Seeker. Now, I love the way in this deck it's called the Seeker, not the Fool, because this is a shadow deck. And the Seeker is one who starts with an open mind, a decision to, I like this, leave all outdated thoughts and beliefs and wishes, unhealthy stuff behind, to cut it out and to move forward. And a black cat is like a familiar, but it's also a symbol of your intuition. And so it's more following your inner knowing than what other people think or want from you. And this is a way to seek a better way, a healthier way, and a more authentic way for you. So this is the big opportunity for you. And that's what, keep your eye on the ball. It's not all this hard work. This is the goal. So it's just a step. Each one is a step towards this. And the other funny thing is with the Seeker, as you're taking the steps you need to take, you're already stepping into this mindset. It's gorgeous. Your hopes and fears. Let's start with the fears. Your fear is the Three of Swords. That you'll get your heart broken. See, in the past, you've kept the facade up. You've kept the mask up. This, I have to be this person in order to be attractive or something. And I have to be wanted. And so in order to be wanted, I'll be what other people want me to be until I can't be that anymore, and then it kind of fades away. The tricks and the treats run out. Yeah. And you're frightened that if you do it yourself, from yourself, first of all, you've got to work out who you really are. That's the real trick. And the treat is being able to attract people who are right for you. Okay? So your fear is getting your heart broken if you do that, because you really are being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. But your hope is, this is another kind of shadow thing we need to face. There is sometimes a hope that it will happen. Sounds weird, I know. But if you look deep enough, sometimes there's a hope that it will happen, because then you can prove all the time that you were right to protect yourself. That you were right all along. And what that is that your ego needs to be right. Once you do this authentically and you open yourself up, you do that because you know you're strong enough to cope. You know you're strong enough to be authentic, because that is more important than what other people think of you. So that's what you need to overcome. Okay? The outcome for that is the Two of Wands. Now, I love this as an outcome because it means you are deciding which direction to choose. This is you deciding to move forward. This is you deciding how you move forward. And this is deciding what you move forward to. This is the path. Which path do you take? That's the outcome. That's the choice we all get to make. Which path do we take? The one we already know, that we also deep down know is going to bring us right back to where we are. Or the one that we don't know, which is kind of a bit scary, but we also know that there's a chance that we won't make the same mistakes, that we'll learn and we'll find what we're really looking for. And that's the outcome for you. You get to decide, once you've done all this, once you've worked through all this, if you want to go through it all again, or if you want to try something new and seek out something new. Okay? Which is basically the aim of shadow work. Because if you don't do anything and you choose to stay the same, that's fine. That's your choice. No judgment. Because we've all done it. Trust me, we've all done it. Round and round and round she goes. But the thing is, if you do what you've always done, there's two things. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. The other thing is, if you do what you've always done, then you kind of know the answer. But if you don't do what you've always done, then there's a chance that you'll get something else. It's like, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. If you do ask, you might get a yes. Okay? So just remember that, my little Scorpios. All right. What message do we have for Scorpios for shadow work in January, please? Thank you. Passion, and I'm going to take that because it flipped over. Travel and passion. What does it mean to you? Either way, travel and passion, or passion and travel. What does that mean to you? To me, the more excited and passionate I get about something, the easier it is to move through uncomfortable parts, or, that's right, or painful parts, or scary parts or unknown parts. The more passionate you are, the easier it is to move through that. The more you want to get to the other side, the easier it is to find passion in what you're doing. Okay? So, like I said, you get to choose. You get to choose this. And you get to choose how you do it. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave it there because of the chorus of tunes going on in the garden. I love you lots. I hope this helps. Much love. Bye.